Could you send a broadcast, like, could you just send a broadcast to me?
Sure. Okay.
She knows we're gonna be a quiz.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, just to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Okay, now I know that that was a broadcast because you see the little icon up here? Whenever she had eye back directly before, that was just a little green dot. Now it's a little word balloon with an eye inside of it. So if you do get a message that has that icon, you know that it's a broadcast message that went out to everybody. You'll actually, whenever we do the patrons, you'll see the patrons have a different icon with them as well. So you can, at a glance, know if you have multiple tabs open up here, you know which ones are from librarians, which ones are broadcast, and which ones are patrons, all of them tell street. So that's the broadcast. If we go over to FastPath module, you'll notice that little conference tab has the same icon here, does the same exact thing, just in multiple locations. Covered the history button. Macros. Macros is an ugly little word we inherited from the developers. The SparkRef software is built on an open source product called Spark. So there's a lot of carryovers that we got from the inter-office business communication tool that it's built on. So we put enough bells and whistles on it that we renamed it SparkRef just to differentiate it. Macros are your personal canned messages on your account. Since you have multiple people sharing the same account, you can all add canned messages there, and then it'll show up every time somebody logs in with that particular account. Whenever I say canned messages, I think what a lot of people think is, thanks for holding your calls important to us, and that's the way we'll operate it, we'll get you as soon as possible. What I'd like you to think of the personal canned messages as is a way to buy yourself some time if you seem to be getting similar questions throughout a particular span, like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. The two examples that I usually use, if anybody was on knowing how recently we had a bunch of Greek questions from ancient Greece. I gave information on the Constitution of Sparta and all this kind of stuff. What you can do, whenever you have the ones that I've had in the past are rocks and minerals. I need information on granite. I need information on limestone. I need information on this, that, whatever. What you can do is create a canned message that says, here's some general information on rocks and minerals, or here's some general information on ancient Greece. Throw in a couple URLs. Take a look at these, and I'll search for information on the specific topic you're asking about. That way, that gives the patron something to look at instead of you just saying, oh, please hold while I look for information on your topic. Gives them some resources to look at right away, buys you some time to go actually look for the individual stuff that you're looking for, and then you can get back to them, but they're not just sitting there waiting for you to return to the conversation. So that's just a way to buy yourself some time. The way you create them, if you hit the beginning, hit the macros button. Now you do have to be connected to the FastPath module, which remember is the one that routes the patrons in. But if you set your status to away, if you're not on your ship when you're doing this, that means you're not going to get any patrons. So you click on macros. I want a new one. Say stuff. Here is stuff. If you do put in URLs and you don't copy and paste them from a browser, be sure to put the http:// prefix in front of it. What that does is alerts the software that it's a live link, and then it'll show up as a live link for the page. If you don't put that prefix in there, it'll just plain text and it'll be going like this, and it won't be going anywhere. Things, close. Show at the bottom of the list. You can't edit from here. The only thing you can do is select it, delete it, and then just retype it. What you don't want to do is type something up here in initial response, because what will happen is whatever you type up here will be the first thing that gets sent to patrons automatically whenever they connect to you. If you do have something up there, I don't think you can just, I'm trying to remember that, it's been so long since you've done anything with it. You can't just erase it, I don't think. I think you have to clean your profile out and then recreate it. But if anybody does have anything up there, let me know and we'll take care of it. Okay? There's the map. So that's the SparkRef one. If you're not doing one of those sundry things, changing your status, changing your nickname, making a canned message, I am a librarian from your contact list, you don't really need this up. Now, in most software, if you click the X in the upper right-hand corner, what does it do? Closes it out. What it does here is it actually minimizes and puts it in your startup tray in your hidden icons. Now, what's nice about that is, on the plus side, cleans it off your desktop, cleans it off your taskbar, as long as you are connected to FastPath, you're in here, your status is online, and it's time for your shift, you're going to get patrons routed to you even if it's sitting there in the background. What you want to do, though, if you are switching accounts or somebody else is logging in with the same account, you want to be sure to go in and either log out or exit. The only difference between log out and exit is that log out means that it will close out your session and then open up the login screen again. Exit means that it'll just close you out and just leave it closed out. But if you don't do that, if you leave yours up, let's say you had it in the background, you're like, okay, I'm all done, you walk away, you start doing whatever, all the other various and sundry jobs you have, and somebody else comes along and tries to log in, you can't do it because it's already logged in. So always go back here and choose log out or exit, whatever you're doing.
Plus,
Like I
we've
said,
run into issues with CML, being only 4 accounts, and we have about 60 staffers at CML who do know it now on a regular basis. If you don't log out or exit when you're finished with your session, not only are you leaving it open, you're leaving that account tied up so that when someone else goes to try to log in. Although I have to say, I said it this morning too, we have been doing an excellent job of this lately and not jumping on each other's accounts, so.
And that is one thing, if you do log in to the same account and somebody's with a patron, it's going to kick the patron and the librarian both out of their sessions if you try and log in. So, if you're working with one hand tied behind your back, you know,
We've been
we're more
doing
than happy to make extra accounts for you.
We've been doing very well though. For a while there, everybody was emailing me going, I'm gonna kill whoever's trying to get them in the library in 30. I had a very complicated question, I spent 10 minutes on it. And I was just about to send them the answer and I got kicked off. So we have been doing a much better job of that lately. Good job, all of you.
Well played, everyone. Well played.
Maybe they could use a reminder not to log in before the top of the hour. That's what happened to me last time. It's like, okay, I've got 5 minutes to do this. I'm in the middle of it and cut us both out. And it said because there was somebody else that had logged in. And I was like, it's not your turn. Still doing something.
But that it's probably not scheduled that way, though. I think that was probably
It's not,
uncommon.
if
Yeah,
they
it's
use
like-
the correct number.
Yeah.
We have 4 accounts, we have 4 shifts we cover Monday through Thursday. If everyone uses the correct number, that should never happen. Because we're scheduled to go like 27, 28, 29, 30, and then the next day we go like 30, 28, 27, 29. So if everybody's using the right number. But Don is really pushing the more accounts for CML idea, so we may be getting to that, and I'll let you all know if we do. We probably will not go to an individual account for everyone who does know it now in CML, but we may go to a division or a branch specific login. I have to check with Nate all that and make sure
And
he's
that's,
cool
and that's
with all
one thing,
that.
if you do, if you at least have an account that is like location specific or person specific, you don't need to worry. If you can actually see the account, you're not logging in from a remote location, so you can actually see what's going on.
Sure. And for some branches and locations, that is going to be almost an individual account, because there are some
Right.
locations that are that small, they've only got 1, maybe 2 people who are doing it. Other branches or divisions, it's going to still be like a 5 to 6 person shared account, but you're right, at least that would sort of cut down on that.
Right.
Who's out there trying to get, logged into it? Yeah.
So that's the client itself. Like I said, if you're not doing one of those things we just covered, there's no reason to have it cluttered up your desktop and everything, so that's there. Now, I will show you the provider site. I keep calling it provider site, we have renamed it. If you have an account on the provider site, you should have gotten the newsletter, and we talked about all the changes that are going on with the provider site, which is now the Know It Now 24/7 community site. Since we have, what we've done is changed a lot of the permissions so that if you are not a registered user of Know It Now, if you're not a librarian that staffs the service, you're not going to get a lot of that extra stuff that's been there. Likewise, if you are a librarian who staffs the service, if you log in, you're going to see all the things that you need to see without sort of figuring out what goes where and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to log in. And if you don't have an account, I highly recommend getting one. Not only does it sign you up for the newsletter, but it also will now give you access to the transcripts and the training materials and all that kind of stuff. And Amy was even saying this morning that if the more people that have an account, the easier for her because she doesn't have to be the disseminator of information. So.
In the past, traditionally, the CML coordinator had been the one with the account, and that person would be the disseminator of information, which has just become unwieldy. And with so many people starting to do Know It Now, other people leaving to do Know It Now, if you're a regular provider of Know It Now at your location, I would also highly encourage you to sign up for an account. It doesn't cost us anything, and you will get access to this, and you can look at the newsletter and all that good stuff on your own. I have signed up to have mine delivered right into my inbox every month, and it's very nice. There's a lot of good resources. It's worth reading every month.
And the only thing you have to do is log in at least once every 6 months to keep your account active. And what you can do is if you log in once and bookmark it, all you got to do is at least go to the site every once in a while, and it will automatically have you logged in as long as you're there.
You tell them about the process of signing up for requesting an account. It'll ask you for your name, your library location. Don or he's got another gentleman who works with him. They vet all. Oh, I'm sorry.
Brian.
That's it. They vet all the requests, make sure you're a librarian or a staff member at the location you say you are, and then they will send you a link to activate your account. It won't happen immediately. It happens shortly. I have to say, I had not signed in for a while. My account died this morning while you were in training. I sent a request, and Brian must be on that while you're down here, so he activated it.
I love my Brian.
So.
I'd also like to request that you do is whenever you do sign up, use your official Columbus Metro Library email account. That helps us just identify too that you are from even the people that use the library name sometimes have weird Gmail accounts and Yahoo accounts, that sort of thing. That sort of makes housekeeping a little bit tidier for us too. So. And you can get there by either the old URL is provider.knowitnow.org or the new URL is community.knowitnow.org.
Again, I'll send that out to everyone.
Log in here as a regular user. If you log in, you have access to everything. Staffing schedules. As a librarian, staff's Know It Now, you have access to all of our contact information with Brian and I. Brian Lesh is the Technical Support Web Services Coordinator. I am the statewide coordinator. Does all of our office phones, cell phones, email address, all that kind of stuff there. So if you forget how to contact us, your main contact, of course, is Amy. If you want to discuss with her, she can contact us if you have a question, but we're always more than happy to hear from you as well. Logging, you also get access to the database access information. You forgot what the server name is on the live service. It's there. This is what I was talking about, that we now have a shared email account that you can use for follow-ups. You do not need to use your own email address. All the connection information is available right here. We have a Delicious account you're welcome to add to. So we have a shared Delicious account. Here's the information on that. And we also have access to the Oakland databases, the Ohio databases, and the Ohio databases. We're going to talk about those a little bit more later this afternoon. And all the access information is there as well. The Ohio databases should only be used if you're helping an Ohio student. During the daytime hours, most of the Ohio students are going to be handled by the Ohio librarians. But if the Ohio librarians aren't around, those sessions do roll over to the public side. So just be aware that you have access to that. helping somebody out. Anything we do here this morning, just to sort of jump ahead to training materials, anything we cover this afternoon is also covered in the KIN-Core training workbook. So it is the Know It Now competencies for operational and reference excellence. I can't believe how long it took me to come up with an acronym that was actually pronounced it. So that's the KIN-Core. For instance, we've done the operational ones. Takes you through step by step. Include a bunch of screenshots, all that kind of stuff. So anybody who couldn't come this afternoon, in addition to the videotape, will also have these available as well. And then in the process of consolidating a lot of our training materials into the KIN-Core, so you have to look at a bunch of different places. Okay, we were talking about how to use Practice Server. Go to training materials, and the last paragraph here, this link, that's the form you want to use to be a practice patron. It's www.knowitnow.org/kin_training.php. But the easiest thing to remember is go to the community site, go to training, and click on that link in the last paragraph. The most important thing to remember if you're going to practice with someone else, or even yourself, you'll notice that I'm logged in as KIN1. What I want to do on the patron side is send to training. So if your partner is signed in as KIN2, you want to send to training 2. KIN3, send to training 3. KIN4, you would send to... There you go, good job. Don't be shy, come on. Okay, so go ahead and fill out the rest of this. Oh wait, that's right, you're going to send me a question.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're on one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also going to send myself another session too, so you can see the captions. You tried to stump me this morning with a numeric question.
Let's spell that one.
Well, they can't spell anyway, so.
And I don't want to be embarrassed in front of them.
You're just trying to be lifelike.
Oh, man. Excellent. All right, so here we have two tabs in the chat window. Close my browser so it's not see here. Click the X there, get that out of the way.
Do you know what the answer to that is?
There's a really good website. I'll bring it up on the lab PlayStation. One thing to always remember is that the active tab is the blue one. I've had people in training sessions that say, well, the blue one looks like it's sort of like behind, it looks like it's shadowed. Doesn't matter what it looks like. If it's blue, it's the one that you're actually typing on. And I know that myself, even it's sometimes hard to remember which one you're on, and I have in the past sent the wrong link to the wrong page, or the right link to the wrong page, and that sort of thing. So it is easy to do. Just try and keep in mind that the blue one is the one that you're talking with at that particular time. Could you send me just, a hurry up or something like that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I want to show you is the toast pop-up. I'm currently working, so you can see that Amy is typing me. There's the toast pop-up. So I need to click on her tab and send me another one too. See she's typing. The icon changes on her tab. So I know, okay, there's something coming in, but I'm still working here with this guy. There's another toast pop-up for me. And I also know that she has sent me 2 messages because her name has turned red, the first one that she sent me that I haven't responded to, and the number will tell me how many messages she sent since I have not replied to her. I'm going to click on her tab. That, of course, goes away, and then I can read what she sent. Now that it's the active window, so I won't do any more such pop-ups unless the guest over here does something. And there you go, well done. Okay? So, let me just go over some of the information that's also here. I'm sure many of you are aware of it, just call your attention to it. The metadata on this side of the screen, you'll notice does change depending on who you're with, so it's specific to the page that you're working with. Full name, they didn't put a name, it defaults to yes, because you did. You have an email address, it's going to show up here. If you do need to follow up with someone, it's always a good idea to, at the very least, copy that and verify. And verify what it is, just so you don't go through the process and they didn't transpose a letter or something like that. If you want to, if there is an email address there, you need to use it, just make sure it's the right one. The complete question is here. On the live service, you'd also see the zip code. The zip code then is keyed to the library, so whatever library is in our database for that zip code will show up here. The URL for that, the homepage for that library in our database for that zip code, and the location map is also centered on the zip code that they input. So the grade level, so we can tailor your resources and refer and customer ID. You really don't need to worry about it. If you do need to reference a transcript, you can use this identifier with us, or it's easier just to go into your history tab, copy out the transcript, and send us the transcript too. So, if you need to send a file to them, just click on that. This is basically the same as attaching an email, attaching an attachment to an email. That comes in handy sometimes if a person can't get it at the resource you're trying to send them. You can try downloading it to your machine and then uploading it as an attachment. It'll show up as a link. They'll click on it and it'll open up as a file on their side. These three you really don't need to worry about. The only one that you might have opportunity to use is a transfer. If you do need to transfer a question back to the queue, always transfer it to the queue and not to an individual librarian. If you transfer it to an individual librarian, it will lose the metadata and some of the chat, I believe, doesn't go through as well. So if you come to the end of your shift or whatever, and you need to transfer it back out to the queue, it's much better if you can finish the transaction yourself. If you have to go like, a minute over your shift, I would greatly appreciate it. But if you do come to the end and you need to transfer a question out, use that one right there. The little dial with the little green arrow coming around it. So, okay. Here's where you can access your emoticons. You can do that way, or you can just type them in, and they'll show up that way too. Here are the canned responses. Here's where you access them to send to the patrons. Personal ones, there's the ones that I did before. Now I will, let's go ahead and try. There you can see, it'll show up here for me, but on the patron side,
Yeah, one's purple and one's not.
Right,
Your
exactly.
HTTP is a hot link.
exactly. And we would actually do the same thing over here. So here's, without the prefix, and with the prefix. And this goes the same way if you're within a chat too, and you say, oh yeah, I know the website that's at, it's www.whatever.com, and you say that's going to be the same exact thing. If you know a website off the top of your head, always be sure to include that prefix at the beginning so the software picks up the fact that it's a URL. So personal ones are ones that you create on your own account. Since you have shared accounts, you're all gonna see each other's, canned messages that you create on those accounts with the other people that share them. The global ones are the ones that I add on the server level at CPL, so everybody has access to those. You're welcome to use the welcome message and that sort of thing. I am also more than happy to see things like good morning, good afternoon, hello, that sort of thing. So feel free to do it in your own words as well. Don't feel you have to use the canned messages. We also have an open database message. It basically tells people that you're going to send them something from the databases and that they have to put in a zip code and here's the URL for searching after the sessions. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. We also have the ever popular inappropriate file language 1 and inappropriate file language 2. And that happens rarely. That's your warning. Action sign. I told everybody this morning that remember that you are in charge of the interaction. If somebody misbehaves, you warn them, and if they continue to misbehave, you send them on their way. That being said, we're going to talk a little bit more about this later, but I think everybody has their own level of comfort dealing with that sort of thing and their own level of tolerance. So everybody asks, well, when should we do it? When should we do that? When should we send a message? I don't like to give blanket policy statements. You know, in every situation, you will do this. I think that everybody here is a professional. Everybody can use their own professional judgment, and you all have your own particular levels of tolerance and that sort of thing. So I leave it up to you when you want to use those. I have seen some librarians who code like half of their sessions as pranks, and other ones that have like 1 or 2 a month, and I refuse to believe that all the pranks in the world would go into one librarian. But that being said, you know, they're there. Don't put up with anything on the virtual desk that you wouldn't put up with at the in-person desk, and just sort of use that as a guide of how you would interact with people that way. Class logging in, the ever popular class bombs, as they're called in the virtual reference world. You get 30 students all logging in at the same time. I have used this on occasion. Sometimes it works, and you'll see all the other students sort of like blink away, go away. Other times it doesn't. I'm here all by myself. Are you helping Fred? I'm sitting right next to him. Yeah. So you can try this if you do get those. It doesn't hurt if everybody on the service at the same time sends the same message. That's fine with me. So don't worry. It's like, well, I wonder if anybody else has sent it. Go ahead and send it if you got a class logging in. It's much better. And I've been working with some of the info-hire groups around the state, and every time I talk to teachers or school librarians or that kind of thing, this is the first thing I always tell them. Don't have classes all log in at the same time. It overwhelms the service and everybody gets this. It's not a good interaction for the students, not a good interaction for the librarians. So that's one of the things that I've been trying to reiterate with them.